and South Carolina. 4 seconds left, down 3. The Gamecocks, they just have one more heave left in them. We get a shot off here. Morris Igasuk. Nope, not going to go. And how about that? Number 2 Auburn survives this game. And the Tigers, they did it without their star player for a portion of this one. Janai Broome was ruled out earlier in this game with an ankle injury. He did not return. Good win for the Auburn Tigers to get it done, to remain undefeated in SEC play. With number 1 Tennessee suffering its first loss of the season earlier this week, the Tigers in prime position to be the sport's new number 1 team come Monday. Let's welcome in Avery Johnson to react to this scary win. If you are a Tigers fan, there was a large portion of this game that South Carolina led it. You had to do it without a star player for a time there, without Janai Broome. What's your initial reaction to what we just saw?
Yeah, it's funny because we were talking about Cooper Flagg earlier and Janai Broome in the same conversation, because they were one of 3 players in all of college basketball that leads their team in points, rebounds, assists, and blocks. And now, unfortunately, Janai Broome got injured. It was a tough situation. I hope it's not, some sort of season-ending injury. Hopefully it's a sprained ankle. But having him ruled out for the rest of the game was pretty upsetting to the rest of his team. And it kind of unraveled them for a minute, but they recovered. Janai Broome means so much to the Auburn Tigers. So for them to pull out this win without their best player, their anchor, their last line of defense, the best player on their team, that's a testament to how deep this Auburn Tigers team is.
And they had to play some games without him in December when he suffered a shoulder injury. This, of course, an ankle injury, so something different here. We don't know what his status is moving forward. But if they do end up not having him for some time, what do you think about this Auburn squad without maybe the best player in college basketball this season?
Well, Tahad Pettiford stepped up in a major way today. This McDonald's, former McDonald's All-American freshman sensation, who, oh, by the way, earlier in this season, off the bench, had 21 points against then-ranked University of Houston, and he was 5 for 8 from the three-point line. That's when I really knew he was the real deal. But those 15 points in clutch shots, free throws, I think he's 21 for 22 on the year on free throws. This kid is just extraordinary. He's versatile with the basketball, shifty with it. And this team really needed his scoring, his clutch play, especially down the stretch, for Auburn to win this game on the road without their best player.
Auburn now 3-1 after trailing at halftime, but we know the name of the game is all about survival. And I mentioned it at the beginning of this segment, with Tennessee going down, the number 1 team. That spot is open for the taking. Are the Auburn Tigers the number 1 team in the sport?
Yes, I would have them ranked number 1, especially when you can win on the road in dramatic fashion. It's tough. The SEC is tough. Right now, we're projecting 10 or 11 teams to make it into the NCAA tournament. 6 of the top teams in the SEC are all ranked in the top 10. That's quality depth. And when you look at Auburn, they got to play against Georgia, Mississippi State, Georgia, and Tennessee in the next 3 games. None of those games are really layups. So I think, with the rankings coming out this week, they should be the number 1 team. But we'll see what happens a week or 2 from now, where Auburn lands, and especially if they can get their best player back.
Avery Johnson, thank you so much. Yeah, there's not a single layup in the SEC this season. You take a look at Auburn's schedule. Definitely no easy ones coming up here. You heard Coach talk us through it. A couple of ranked teams they have to play in Mississippi State, number 1 Tennessee, that is on the horizon. Again, number 1 Tennessee as of right now, but we'll see what happens in the coming weeks.